All right. Happy Friday. Very happy Friday for sure. We'll just give it a couple of minutes and then we're going to get busy. As we always do, traders, this is it's obviously when I'm starting these streams, this is me pretty much. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'll have a little read at bedtime, around nighttime area to see what's been going on. But when I'm coming to this stream now, this is me coming to my desk and just digesting everything. Guys, I called something to the frickin' T yesterday, to the frickin' T again, but I was busy yesterday, right? And this is also a beautiful thing. I was busy yesterday. I went into London, okay, into the city. Beautiful. Had a great day yesterday, actually. Went into the city. Literally, as soon as I came off the stream yesterday, I started packing and went into the city, and I had a great conversation with someone that's even got more experience than me. Obviously, I've got 18 years. This guy that I spoke to had 29 years in the game. You know, he'd been trading since before I was even born, actually, to be fair, which is nuts. Yeah, he started trading before I was born, or the year I was born, which is freaking crazy. So, like, for me, to have someone sit in front of me, obviously I've spoken to quite a few people over the years that are industry veterans, bankers, but it's just always nice because I don't get to do it as often as I'd like to. And even when you speak to these guys, it just opens greater perspectives and just unlocks your mind a little bit more, with that wisdom. You can't beat wisdom in this game in trading. People seem, because obviously everyone gets sucked into fucking TikTok brains and they're scrolling past. They see, oh yeah, this TikTok trade, oh yeah, became profitable after a year, let me follow their strategy. This person's strategy hasn't been stress tested through different economic regimes and different economic cycles and environments. Like, that's just their strategy alone, but let alone their mental capacity when things don't start working for their strategy. So the fact that they say they've been profitable after a year or a year and a half or even 2 years is still bollocks. They're still well within their infancy. They're still little babies because they don't know how they're going to deal with psychologically down the line with exhaustion, their own mental capacity fading. And this is like, I work with a number of capital management companies as well. And I have seen over the years, like, some people with the strongest strategies, the strongest system, older guys as well, they exhaust, they burn out, they start burning out. So the fact that someone taking someone so young and delicate because they've seen profitability in 1 year or even 18 months, 2 years, take that with a pinch of salt. Anyway, each to their own. That's rant over. Rant over. Morning, traders. Let's just see what we got going on here. Guys, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. Just as you're coming in, just smash up the subscribe button, smash up the like button, okay? Joe and I had a serious conversation yesterday as well, because Joe and I were together. Joe was helping me while I was conducting this interview. He was helping on the back end, just ensure everything was smooth, and it was. But yeah, I was having a serious conversation with Joe, and we're working on some plans just for these for the live streams. Okay, we need to bring some more heavy hitters in, give you guys more as well, just in the sense of some structure. But yeah, man, just make sure you're coming through, hitting that like button for me, and we will be having some serious plans next week, sorry, moving forward. All right, let's jump into this. Guys, as I always do, right, in terms of these streams, it will be a case of me breaking down the news. We're going to go over the news flow. As you can see, I've got some gold longs running, which we're going to get into in a moment. Breaking down news flow, breaking down then the sentiment, the regime, and then we're looking at the plays of today. As I said, like, man, we had a freaking call yesterday, and I missed the call, so I got in on this trade here for gold a little bit, well, much later than I wanted to. So let's break down some things. I'll bring up trading economics. Let me bring up Forex Factory. Okay, let's just go through some of the news. Let's bring up US and Iran, because there's a couple of things to just be aware of as well. So, okay, just as we know, I'm going to put this into a nutshell. I don't want to blabber on about this for too long. US and Iran specifically, okay, when we look at this is still a situation of this stalemate. There's no progress. Strait of Hormuz is still closed. you know, there's a lack of activity. With the lack of activity, there's a lack of, obviously, supply of oil. So I'm just bringing up the there's lack of supply of oil. So if there's a lack of supply, obviously price of oil going to rise. I'm going to show you oil as well in a moment because it's very, very interesting. So this is going on, and the US said, or the Treasury Secretary, he said, toughest sanctions in history is going to collapse the Iranian government, calling on other nations, including China, in a joint effort. So, yeah, man, exactly that. Morning, Zoa. Morning, Mohammed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Angels only New York session. Morning, morning, morning. AP Traders, what's going on, my man? So, yeah, this situation, US and Iran, that's bullish for oil, okay? That's still bullish for oil because there's a lack of progress there. And then if we look, obviously, we'll scroll through the news tab and the on trading economics. A lot of the stuff that we're going to see here is nothing new. We've got everything that we see here is what we've covered already. Why, for example, metals are rising, why gold's rising, why the dollar's been under pressure, because the dollar's facing another week, or it's going to be facing a week in the red. So let's just pull this up here and just quickly talk about the points, because this is all we're going to need to know. The US government's bond buyback plan heightened market volatility and boosted demand for safe haven in metals and other currencies at the expense of the greenback. So let me explain this. Remember yesterday, I said how the Treasury Secretary announced that they're to buy back bonds, US government bonds. That's a form of stimulus, okay? They're buying back bonds in order to bring yields down. They're buying back bonds is a form of injection into the economy as well, okay? So they're buying bonds. And when you're doing that, a form of stimulus, as anyone knows, known as quantitative easing, when we're conducting quantitative easing, we're also conducting bond purchases, the government are. And we're effectively flooding the market with dollars, okay? We're flooding the market with dollars. We're also bringing down yields, which is negative for the dollar. So that's why the dollar's come under pressure this week, in addition to the slowdown of data. Remember, data in the US has been slowing down. When you look at economic data, let's just quickly pull this up and then we're going to get into the charts. So now I'm just going to filter out and just bring up dollar. Okay, so if you look, as I explained last week, let's go last week. There wasn't anything major to note this week. Last week, retail sales contracting, consumer sentiment coming down, inflation on the surface level coming down. I say at the surface because obviously oil prices are still higher, which is going to be causing stagflation anyway in the United States. And then obviously, don't forget, we had softer NFP, the economy, the jobs market softening, the average earnings coming down. So people's wages, people's affordability is diminishing. If wages are coming down, but price of goods and services remain high, that's not good, right? So that's why when you look at the dollar here, and that's why, you know, on that stream the other day, I was saying when we were here, watch this, death of dollar, and obviously massive breakout to the downside, okay? So with this dollar downside, it's supportive of buying of gold, okay? Gold has such a bullish macro regime right now. We've got gold buying, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment when we get to the gold chart. We got stocks, stocks are a little bit volatile, just because I'll explain why. Stocks are a little bit volatile because they're dealing with stagflation. For example, all the assets based in the United States, it's going to be a little bit of sensitivity and caution around them, because we have the economy that's dealing with stagflation, where growth's slow, people's affordability is not great, but price of goods and services are high. Does that make sense? So that's what we've got going on right now. So that's why stocks may be a little bit touch and go. Hope that makes sense. So dollar down, gold up, stocks a little bit choppy towards leaning to the upside because we've got this low rate environment. We've got this form of stimulus going on, right? And then Bitcoin, I'm going to get onto Bitcoin because Bitcoin's having a great time right now as well. Bitcoin to the upside. So generally, we've got risk on outside of and outside of US assets, really. It's risk on other currencies, other assets driving to the upside, okay? That's it, basically. It's a weird one. It's an interesting one, should I say. It's not weird, it's interesting. Okay. So that's it. Let's go on for the plays of today and what we got going on. I'm going to start off with gold. Okay. Now guys. Man, I'm super upset. Let me just minimize this. I want to bring up the chat here. Make sure anyone that's coming in, guys. By the way, if you're just coming into the stream, if you're just joining us here, please make sure you're hitting up that like button for me. If you have any questions as well, while I'm rambling, because obviously otherwise I could just ramble until the cows come home. You know, just make sure you drop your questions or any comments in the chat for me. Share your morning coffee with me. Okay, and let's talk. Let's talk. Hey, Harry Payne. He's another gold trader. How you doing, bro? Morning. Man, gold's flying. Wait, we're ripping it higher again. Yeah, gold's flying right now. Let's talk about it. So yesterday in the stream, and bear in mind, this is me. This is one account, right, that I've got running. You see, like, you don't even need massive lots with gold. You see, sometimes people are trading like some crazy lots, and you really don't need it. Obviously, I've taken more of a swing-based position here with gold, but you don't need massive lots to rack up some of that wedge, you know, in gold. Sorry, guys, I'm just checking a couple of other accounts of mine while I'm rambling here. Yeah, all right, let's talk about gold. Sorry, one moment. Perfect. Okay, cool. Right. I'm going to trail those stops in a bit as well. Okay, so gold. Do you remember yesterday on the stream when I said, watch this freaking sweep? So yesterday, guys, this is when I was in London. I said, didn't I, guys? Did I not say it? Watch the sweep happen at the Asian range low. Watch that reversal candlestick in the bullish. Because yesterday we were driving. Joel's in the car, and my friend Dan as well. And like, I literally just, because we're at the traffic lights, and I screamed, and they're both like, "What the fuck? Like, what the fuck?" And I was like, and it was like, "What?" And I was just like looking at my phone. I was like, "No!" I was like, "No!" Like, what? I was like, "Oh, I miss Joel." Remember this morning on the stream, I said, "Wait for that sweep. I'm gonna get in that entry." He's like, "Oh man, I thought like someone had died or something." It's like that. But it was like that. Oh man, honestly. So had I not been, that's the catch-22, because I try and spend as much time as possible away from the charts. I should have set an alert at least. But had I not been away from the screen, that would have been an entry for me. We waited for our Asian sweep, the sweep of liquidity, taking around that Asian range low, reversal candlestick, bullish engulf, and then we go freaking long. So I would have had entries down here. Oh, so upset. And because I would have had such good entries there as well, and I was able to obviously place stops below here, I would have had a TP here at the Asian range high. Okay, just targeting that as conservative, which we came into. You see that? We pulled back a little bit, and then obviously we went clear. But yesterday I dealt with an entry here. So basically, obviously, we had our higher low. What was beautiful about this sweep as well, it gave us our higher low. So then we had the upside. We formed this bullish candle on the 4-hour, and that's where I entered. So I entered just ahead of the 4-hour closing. So I was like, yeah, got my higher low, got my reversal candlestick, and then now we're pushing to the upside. So it's still not a bad entry, but obviously, ideally, I would have wanted to be in down here. So yeah, man. Anyway, it's fine. It's all good. Morning. Welcome, Harry. Welcome, Peter. Welcome into the chat. Hope you're well, guys. Just do me a favor as you're coming in. Just smash up that like button for me. Smash up that subscribe button. If you're watching on X right now, because I know there's traders watching on X, please head over to the YouTube as well. Head over to the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit up that subscribe button and that like button, please, for me. Please. So yeah, buying pressure coming into play for gold. All right, so where are we going with this? I put out a tweet just explaining the regime with gold. Now, remember before, guys, I said about, let me just pull this up, Chinese gold buying. So China as well, bear in mind, China for many years, but more so over the last month, we've seen a massive pickup in China's gold. Oh, China's gold import jumping up 89%, which is, I'm not surprised at. But their gold demand they've been adding to their tons. Look, China adds 20 tons of gold reserves, shifting. Yes, anyway, they've been adding the demand. Yeah, this is what I wanted. Gold demand in China at, no, that's not correct. This is not the data I've been seeing, okay? Basically, they've been buying a lot of gold, China, all right? They've been buying a lot of gold. So we've got physical buying of gold from central banks, i.e. Chinese central bank. We've got the macro regime right now where we're not getting rate hikes. Because remember before, if I just bring up the CME, if you remember before, markets were pricing in rate hikes. I'm going to get onto EU, bro. I'll get onto EU. We're going to get onto that in a moment. Let me just round off on gold. And then we'll do that, Mr. Harry Payne. So remember before, markets were pricing in rate hikes. So these are all coming down. So that's bullish for gold. If we don't get rate hikes, it's bullish for gold. And then obviously we've got the weaker dollar. So right now we're structured to the upside. We're taking out this area of liquidity here. This is very significant. 4,500, 4,050. Okay, 550. We're grinding that down. If you look on the 4 hour here, you can obviously see we're in motion now, right now, for a higher high. Okay, we're going for this higher high. Watch this potential pullback. Okay, when we do push, look left with me. Okay. It's possible. It's possible, like we saw here, we could come up, we could wick in. Like, expect it to be volatile anyway, because obviously we've seen big moves already. We could do something like this, and then ultimately that's where I haven't placed my targets yet, but I've left it open-ended. But essentially, I am going to take profits at this 4,700 area for gold, okay? So in a run-up to my next major area of liquidity. Can you see? This is the next major area of liquidity for gold. But really, obviously, if we grind that down, we're going to be into 5K, okay? So it's 4.7, then it's 5K. See the jumps, $300 jumps. It's really nice. So that's what we've got going on for gold. That's why we are running these longs right now. So it's looking very nice indeed. What I will do is I'm going to go over Euro, okay? Because someone just asked about Euro, Mr. Harry Payne. Let's talk about Euro, see what's going on here. Okay, for me, there's an opportunity here for Euro. Okay, there's an opportunity here for Euro because, sorry, if we just round off on the dollar index, right? You see how we're at this key area of liquidity at 99s, breakout retest. Okay, yesterday we had a bit of consolidation, which is good. This is good. It's what we want. You know how we were consolidating here before that big breakout? Consolidating here, that's key zone, subject to a breakout. You see, we're forming a potential flag. I'd like to see that breaking out. Always just keep skeptical. Keep in mind that we could sort of come up here, fake out of the range, and then come back down. But ultimately, we're going to be looking for a breakout and resumption of this range, which means euro dollar upside, right? Be drawn into this area of liquidity at 98. So with euro on the flip side, we've got a couple of barriers in the way. Okay, we've got a couple of barriers in the way, which we were trying to come up towards yesterday, which here sort of 1720 and then 1750 is a lot more noise in the way in comparison to gold. You see gold, how we got $300 rallies that we can be going into the next area of liquidity, but there's more noise here in euro. But that's fine, because what that does is gives us those pullbacks that we need anyway. Okay, it gives us those pullbacks and it gives us that structure. It helps us maintain structure, basically, because when we work into zones, we get pullbacks, right? We come in, face rejections, then we carry on, get into next zone. Okay, face pullback, carry on. You get the point. It's not always as clean as that, but generally speaking, that's what we see in trending markets. When we're going into those key areas of liquidity, we run into supply areas, we get pullbacks to demand zones, and then we carry on. That's how it works, you know, generally speaking. I mean, that's in the ideal scenario anyway. So let me just clear this up. What we got going on with euro, let's see. Yesterday, as I said, that was that consolidation, understandably, because the Dixie got smashed to pieces the day before. So naturally, we have to have period of consolidation and profit taking. Euro yesterday, we swept. So what was interesting, we swept here, the Asian range high. We came all the way back down, and when we just sort of consolidated, we sat at the Asian range low. See that key area of liquidity there. So really, we've got a near-term zone here of interest, because what we could do is still today, what would be nice is that we do, so you see we're just flirting in between the Asian range right now. What would be beautiful is if we do get that sweep again, okay? Well, today, not again for euro, but actually get that sweep. And we could we sweep the low of today, the Asian range low today, and we come in and even deepen, tap in for liquidity of these lows here, you know, the Asian range low from yesterday. So we can clearly see the zone. It might even be possible that today, I'll just tie this up a minute. Today, we do this. We come all the way here, sweep this liquidity, then go clear. I mean, what's that? 25 pip drop. It's possible. That would be, again, like I said with gold, the ideal scenario for that sweep. That's what that would be here for euro for me. Okay, that's what it would be. So hopefully we'll see. Maybe we will, because obviously there's clearly a lot of supply here, right? Near term, there's a decent amount of supply. We're faltering. So we could tap in there, sweep these lows, and then we carry on. Because obviously it's one of those things. There's going to be a lot of obvious stops here. There's going to be a lot of obvious liquidity here. So it makes sense to see that. That's where I'd feel most comfortable with before reloading on the longs for euro. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And then it's a case of working zone to zone. Okay, it's next area of liquidity, as you can see. So that's what I'd like to see. Obviously, as I always say, what I'd like to see and what happens are two different things. Not always, but yeah. So that's euro. GBP. We had the same moves as euro pretty much yesterday. Look, this is that pennant. Remember that pennant? Look, we had a nice breakout there, and then we're just getting that continuation at the moment. But a bit of consolidation in the Asian range at this moment in time. Instead, actually, no, it's not the same as euro, because what was beautiful here, actually, guys, was look. You see this high here. Then we remember that pennant. We broke out of the Asian range. Nice pullback and retest. Look at that, of these highs. Look at that, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then continuation to the upside. But same with euro, I would love to see it. I would love to see the sweep of the low today. It would be great if we could. Oh, sweep the Asian range low, and then push to the downside, dip in, and then carry on to the north. Okay, so I'd love to see that. And we wouldn't necessarily, we might pull back here to this high, you see, like we had here. Yeah, come up and come back down, then go. Because really on GU, when you look, guys, we're really grinding down a key area. We're going to fly. This could seriously freaking fly now. Okay, 37s, understandably round number, and then another round number straight into 38.50. See that? You know when GBP rips it, it rips it. So that's what I'd like to see. And obviously this chat that I had yesterday with this veteran trader is good, because it reinforced like where I'm at today. I think, and I think it's something that comes with experience. You know, like as you get older as well, it's like one of those things where less is more. You know, and that was one of his things. Like over the years, he just traded, and where he was profitable as a scalper. You know, and same with me. You know, I mean, I'm profitable as a scalper, but it's mentally exhausting, and at some point as well, you'll either hit burnout, or it's very easy when you are scalping to get into a sense of, you know, experience red mist. So because you're so like, it's so high concentration and so concentrated. Yeah, it's very concentrated scalping. At some point, like it's because you're in this zone, it's very easy to go left. You know, if you run into a couple of losses, it's very easy to go left. So when it comes to swing trading and just even, I'd say not scalping, but even day trading, it removes that pressure. So he went from scalping to day trading to swing trading. And it's just a beautiful thing where you can, obviously you're managing your risk on your swing trade. You're scaling in as you do when need be on the trades, but it's like, it's less concentrated. It's less mental pressure that you're exhausting. I think a lot of the young guns come in, obviously you might, if you're listening to this and you're a young gun, you come in and you're sucked into trading being the thing of, I need constant activity. I need to be trading at all times. I need to be like part of these, you know, these TikTokers, these YouTube streamers, these Americans, especially the Americans, they love it. They love the, you know, the scalping in and out of the NAS and stuff like that. And it's just, it will take its toll at some point. It will take its toll. It's fine now, okay, while you're young, whatever. You haven't got too many commitments and stuff, but guys, it is a fugazi. The best traders in the game are not manual scalpers, are not manual traders on a 1 minute time frame. They will burn the fuck out. Okay. Anyway, anything going on in the chat? Morning. I think because it's Friday, people are just not here today. You know, which is not here today, which is fine. Smash that like button. Damn right, please do. Are you British? Yeah, I am British. I was born and bred in the UK. Lived in the east part of London or a lot of my life. So yeah, hence the accent. But I'm half Nigerian, half English. Half Nigerian, half Italian, should I say? Both my dad's Nigerian, my mum's Italian. They both came to the UK young, and then yeah, here I am. Thoughts on US 30? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about US 30. Where are you based, by the way? Where are you watching from? Zoa Weekly. I know that's probably not your name, but where are you based, man or lady? Let's bring up US 30. I personally haven't analyzed this in a little while. Okay. So this is that thing that I said, guys, right? So let's talk about it. Okay, there's a couple of nice things actually lined up here for US 30. Let's talk about it. So remember, obviously, all this upside pressure for US 30, markets have been optimistic, right? They dealt with the fact that bear in mind, this is during a period that where obviously we've had a little bit of uncertainty in the war. Fine, they paused the strikes, and then, you know, we've generally had optimism there in the markets. But bear in mind, all of this upside pressure as well, take into consideration that markets were pricing in rate hikes. Okay, they're pricing in rate hikes from the United States. We're not getting those now, but the economy was still sound. You know, generally speaking, there weren't any worries, but now there's worries around the US economy. We've had all this uncertainty, slowdown, as I said at the beginning of the stream, slowdown with jobs, slowdown with spending and people's affordability. So naturally, we're getting a bit of a pullback here in terms of structure. We've just printed a higher high with US 30. We obviously had record highs up here for the Dow Jones, you know, heading into that psychological 55K mark, just shy of that. So we've just gone higher high, and obviously naturally the prices to pull back. Now, can dips be bought for US 30? Yeah, they can, especially if like we start talking about rate cuts, you know, rather than rate hikes, we start talking about rate cuts, which is a possibility now. But anyway, we're getting a retest technically. You see here on this former high, getting a retest here, like that example that I showed you at GU, where we go for a breakout and retest of the former high, and then we pull in, and now we want to see signs of stability here, right? Around this sort of psychological 53K mark. If we go on a daily, so yeah, we could actually mark a zone here. This is obviously, you see my chart's completely naked on Dow Jones because I don't trade this. Years ago, I used to trade the US 30, but I don't trade this. But if I look technically here now, I'd be interested in two areas. One, obviously this clear area, which is obviously that former high, breakout, obviously to higher high, higher low. What we're now going to be watching for is where can we produce this higher low? So we've got this area of liquidity here, just sitting around the 53K mark. Then I would be watching just in case we want to grab some down here at 5180, so 51,800, should I say, excuse me. So this region as well, which poses some significance, okay, because it's where we pull back before we extend it into higher high. Okay, so it's possible that we could come down and grab liquidity down here. This trading view thing does annoy me. This question mark, there's the amount of times I click that. So either here we look for signs of reversal, okay, bullish engulfing, so reversal candlestick, bullish engulfing, then continuation. And what this will do as well, if we get in here, if we get that signs here, we'll break out this pullback structure. You know, where we get those lower highs, lower lows, subject to them breaking structure and going clear. Higher high would then be clearly the 55 deep into 55,000 territory. Or we watch down here. Okay, same sort of thing, reversal candlestick, bullish engulfing, then we get that continuation. So there's two potential buying areas of interest that I think will come into play. And I do think it will, just because markets will remain optimistic, especially given that bond buying program that we had, you know, by the US Treasury. They announced that they're to do that because that's a form of stimulus. If they're buying bonds, that's a form of stimulus. And then markets getting excited about maybe some point rate cuts are going to come. So I don't think this is a case of crash anyway. This is just correction, higher low, continuation to the upside for higher high. That's my take on Dow Jones. I appreciate that, Daniel. Appreciate that, man. I do try. Been doing it a long time. I do try. I do try, man. So yeah, guys, if you just joined into the stream, please smash up that like button and subscribe button. As a reminder, as I always do, right? As one of my places that I trade outside of my own personal accounts, right? Because obviously I've been a personal account trader for many years. One place that I do like while I'm here is obviously E8 Mark as well. So if you're watching via my channels, oh no, I think the offers have ended. Oh, not yet. Might be the end of this month. It might not be. But you can come through. There's current offer at the moment on E8 Zero accounts and all 35% off E8 Zero accounts and 20% off all other accounts. So if you're watching via my channels, make sure you use the code Ken Macro. Okay, Ken Macro. So it's that Ken Macro like this, Ken Macro like this. Use that code in all caps and get a discount off. If you're watching via EH channels, make sure you use the code E8. Okay, so wherever you're watching, just use the appropriate codes and then take advantage of your discounts. Obviously, you know, this is one of the places I train, and that side by side, the conditions are solid, as I do with my brokers as well. Good conditions. Okay, so yeah, if you want to check it out side by side for yourself, do your own research, do your own due diligence, and yeah, join the E8 ecosystem. Joe will be joining us in the next 30 minutes. I think it's quite light for a Friday. Apart from gold, obviously everything else is just. To be fair, Euro's breaking out here now. Just jump over to the 30-minute. Yeah, so guys, let's just keep an eye on a potential sweep. Maybe we can sweep the high and come down. Otherwise, it's possible that we just get that continuation, because obviously when you look on the 4 hour, right? Yeah, what we're going to break out now, potentially. If we're going to break out, try and grab this high here, that liquidity, then pull back higher low, then continue. I would love to see that, but I would love to see that sweep, you know, so let's observe. Let's observe, see what we get our hands on. But E8 broker launch next, Ken. I don't know if a broker is going to be launched. I know a lot of there's quite a few prop firms that launch their own brokers as well, don't they? For understandable reasons, but I don't know whether that's on the cards. Ken, can you quickly explain why Euro and GP can suddenly shift from bearish to bullish from a fundamental perspective, even though there are no rate cut and no rate hikes? Yeah, so are you talking about Euro and GP in general, or are you just talking about versus the dollar? Let me know, because if we're talking about versus dollar, you have to remember, right, in financial markets, the deepest liquidity, okay, is in dollar, the US dollar, because obviously everything is done in terms of business, not everything, but the vast majority of business is still done in dollars, even though, you know, we're trying to move to a time, I won't say we as in me, but there are some players, for example, the BRICS nations, for anyone that doesn't know BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, BRICS, those 5 are moving to a time where they're trying to, while Trump's in power, it's not happening, they're trying to move to a time of de-dollarization. You may have heard that term, where they try and move away from being so reliant on the dollar. But you have to remember, a lot of debt, for example, all these countries that borrow in dollars, they lend in dollars, like they do business in dollars, everything's in dollars, but they're trying to move away. That's why BRICS was set up, that they do business with each other, but in their own currencies. Okay, so they're not so reliant on the dollar, and the dollar, they want that dollar to not be so superior, right? So anyway, my point is, where we're still deep in liquidity of dollar, we had a breakout in dollar, right? Big breakout to the downside, which we're calling, which obviously, when we've got that big downside for the dollar, other currencies are going to shift, right? For example, your Euro, your GBPs, your Aussies, your NZD, those are all going to benefit. So it's just as simple as that. Dollar coming down, it allows us other currencies to strengthen, especially where we're not going to get rate hikes. So the dollar loses its some edge, some macro edge. Markets were hoping for the dollar that they were going to get rate hikes, but that edge is gone. It's gone. So that's why we're breaking out now, and we're really breaking of structure, and we're really picking up the pace to the downside. So it gives Euro, and that's why things can just shift like that. It's all a market expectations. You see how, and this is your point actually, you just said, even though there is no rate hike and no rate cut, now here's the key thing. And this is what I was talking to the guy about yesterday as well, is that there is no, like, we don't need action from a central bank. We don't need action from a government as such. What markets move on as well is on expectation. What does the markets expect? Because I will obviously always have my own view, but the markets will do what it wants. It will have its own expectations on what it would like to happen. And you see, it doesn't want rate hikes. So it's pricing that out. So the markets are moving on expectations. Do you understand? So nothing has actually happened. As you said, there's been no rate hike, there's been no rate cut. No, but this has been market expectations moving this. Look at this nice structure we broke out of the dollar. Look at that. High highs, high lows. We equal highs, breakout, retest, boom. Into this range, boom. So yeah, look, guys, we're getting that breakout now. That dollar. You remember I said was watch this consolidation for a continuation to the downside. We're getting that. Look, like we had here, this range. We're trying to break out. We're gonna come test the low. I'd love to see it that we test the low, test this low here, and then bounce back in, come up, and then we dump. I'd love to see that, because then obviously it just means my euro. I'll get that euro entry that I want. Okay, so that's what's going on right now. Sweep, come down. Sorry, guys. Whoa. Gosh, it's got blown away. Excuse me, guys. Do you use bond? Do you mean bond yields? Do you mean bond yields? Do I use bond yields? Yeah, I do use bond yields because that's how I knew. So if we go over to bond yields, okay. So for anyone that doesn't know, bond yields, obviously this is the yield, the rate of return that you can get when you invest in the United States debt. Now, this is interesting, actually. This is really, really interesting. But I do use bond yields because bond yields, for example, like if you look down here in June, we had this big upside pressure, this big break. Even actually, if we go all the way down here in March, right? You see here, this was one of the massive signs for me that I saw that gold was going to come under pressure in March. So if you look here, bond yields start big bounce there in early March, right? And then if you look at gold, right? So if we go over to gold prices in March, look, 11th of March, gold eventually dumping hard because bond yields started rising hard. So there's that inverse relationship between bond yields and gold. So I always look at bond yields because it's obviously a good indicator for dollar as well. Now, when bond yields are rising, typically speaking, gold comes under pressure. When bond yields fall, gold can rise. So we had this, we had a bit of a pullback there with bond yields, which allowed, this is one of the keys that allow gold to rise as well. Gold's obviously rising for other reasons. It's looking for safety outside of the United States, outside of the dollar, outside of US assets. So gold's going to rise regardless now, regardless of what bond yields do, because it's a bit of a crisis for US at the moment. So gold will still rise. This is a time when gold can rise even if bond yields rise. Okay, guys, make that clear. It can, because it's just, remember, when bond yields are rising, there's two things why they're rising. They're rising, one, in expectation of higher inflation. Okay, they're rising in expectation of higher inflation. Remember I just said the US economy is suffering with stagflation, low growth. So higher inflation is not bullish for the dollar. It's not bullish because it's stagflation. Also, when yields are rising, what this also means is that investors are demanding more yield, more reward for holding riskier assets. Do you understand? They're classing the US debt, US bonds as risky. So they want more yield. They want more return because it's risky. So that's why, if it's been deemed as more risky, that's why, regardless of what bond yields do, right now, this is when the time gold can thrive as a safe haven. Do you understand? So, yeah, just to answer your question, I do look at bond yields. What's nice here, gold, we're taking out, obviously, the Asian range high. What I'd expect right now with gold is that I don't think, you know, like how I'm looking on euro, I'd love to see the Asian range sweep. I don't think we'll get the sweep of the Asian range, okay, which is good, of the low, which is good. I don't want that. What we would like to see today is obviously we've just extended out through the Asian range high, taken out the liquidity. We've already had a retest on that wick. See breakout retest, bing, use it as a little trampoline, bing, push to the upside. It's possible, obviously, we're printing higher highs at the moment as we speak. It's possible, obviously, we carry on, but maybe we might want to pull back a little bit, or we could just run clear, to be fair. But it would be nice. If you're not in longs, sorry, you've missed the train. You've missed the train to the moon. You've missed the rocket to the moon, baby. Not financial advice, guys, but this is like, you know, obviously I'm a big, you know, I trade liquidity, I trade zones, I trade macros. Like, there is no, in my eyes right now, unless we need something drastic, we need something huge to shift this. Otherwise, it's going to be drawn into that next area of liquidity. You know, we'll talk back at this maybe end of next week. How long did it take last time? Look from here, right? Look about here. I don't think it'll be choppy like this. I think this is going to be pretty much a clean move. But we'll look 31st of March, and then we reach this area of liquidity. Ha! That was a day. All right. What about before here? So 11th of January, we got up to there in the end, 19th. Okay. That's feasible as well. That's realistic to see sort of over 8 sort of sessions, 8 days coming up to there. So I'd like to see that as well. Maybe the end of next week, we could be there. or the week after. But I can't see anything shifting right now, guys. Peter, yeah, man. I have had, like, this has been a really good week for me, to be honest. It's been a really, really good week. This is where I thrive, you know, when there's this nice, you know, macroeconomic conditions, there's nice moves technically. I've really, like, even last week, you know, it's upside with gold, this downside here at the beginning of the week. Was this the beginning? Yeah, it's all been beautiful, man. Don't get me wrong. I've had a few things that have, you know, not played out like I wanted them to. But it's been a really good week. Someone's asking about NASDAQ. Let's go over NAS. Let's talk about NAS. Okay. Same sort of thing with US 30. This is interesting, actually. Let's go on a monthly a minute. Ooh. This is interesting, actually. Okay. So NAS, obviously, we printed all-time highs, right? A couple of months ago in the month of June. All-time highs. They're heading into another psychological round number, close to 31K, right? Close to. Higher high. And now, obviously, we're looking for confirmation and signs like this higher low. What's a little bit dodgy, or should I say just I'm a little bit cautious about, is like that monthly candlestick there of July is still bearish, obviously. You know, there's still the risk. There's always that risk. You know, with these sort of candles here that we could come down and take the low first before we carry on. We've got 1 week left. Have we got a whole week left of trading of this month? Just having a look here, calendar. I just want to see. Sorry. So we've got we've got all next week, and then we've got Monday, that following Monday. So it'll be interesting to see how this closes on the month. Obviously, we can still close bullish. Okay, if we close bullish, that's encouraging because this will obviously just be the higher low. On the weekly, things are a little bit messy, okay, because we're in a range. Okay, we're capped to the upside about 30,500. You know, we're the all-time high area, and we're capped to the downside about 28K. Okay, so sort of a 2,000 point range there or thereabouts, 2,000 points. So really, if I just put this in the zones, put the zones where they are, right, bam, like this is the range right now that we're dealing with NAS. Okay, a couple of key blocks that we're caught within. So come in, rejection, naturally. So there's two things that could happen here right now for NAS. Obviously, what was encouraging where we formed this reversal candlestick, this dragonfly, doji, then we validated that bullish engulfing. Because what this did, we had a pullback structure here. Lower highs, lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high. Excuse me, higher low. Lower low. And then we broke structure, okay? We broke structure, which is nice. Then we pulled back, now we've retested this. So really, on the higher time frame, this could also be our higher low for a continuation for a higher high. But we're stuck within this range right now, these key areas of liquidity. Up here, 30,500, down here, 28K. We've had a retest of this this flag, this channel, you know, where we were in that pullback structure. This is a retest right now. Daily, let's see what's going on. Okay, fine. So yeah, a bit of a retest is in motion right now. If this retest doesn't hold here, we don't bounce. Obviously, this is the retest right now. You can see more or less where that trend line is, thereabouts, just a retest of that structure that we broke out of, breakout, retest. If that doesn't hold, obviously, you know where we're going. We're going to come into this zone again. Okay, if we come into this zone again, it's probably going to be buying because I don't think it'll be enough to cause this. This was a sweep of liquidity for sure. Okay, sweep of liquidity because then we just closed straight back in and carried on to the north. So it's possible that if this doesn't hold, this retest, you want to see a bullish candlestick today. Otherwise, we run a risk of coming into here, then pushing higher. That's my take on NAS. Okay, I don't have much more than that, to be honest. That's my thoughts on NAS at this moment in time. Still watching Euro today. See, we're just trading steady at the moment around the Asian range high, coming into that area of liquidity. How much trading frequency, Ken? Frequency per week, you saying? For me personally, or are you saying what's ideal? For me personally, I'll tell you, like, for example, this week, you know, how many trades have I placed? I'll just go onto my main account and I'll tell you. And then I'll tell you the average. So this week I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions. And that's about right. Like on average, for me personally, it's between 3 and 5. Okay, sometimes it may skew a little bit over than that, but generally speaking, on average for me per week, it's 3 to 5 positions. Okay, unless like, and the reason why that might skew to the upside is because there are times when, for example, I think things are shifting, so I get out, you know, or obviously I just get stopped out, and then I might get back in, right? Because we basically sometimes I get sucked into, you know, when the sweep's happening, there are times when it's like, oh shit, this looks like we could be changing here because something's happened on the macro level, and I'm like, so then I come out and then I have to get back in. And I'm saying that as an example because we were in longs early part of the week with gold, and then we came out because things shifted, you remember? And then I called that downside, remember, here. So I'd been in longs with gold, you know, when we looked here. So remember, I was in longs here, you know, this upside here, and then I saw this. I was like, then we ended up coming out, because otherwise I would have held this gold position. So we came out, we enjoyed some shorts to the downside, and then we got back in, you know. So it's like, it's one of those things. So yeah, but generally speaking, 3 to 5. I've tried to pick up a little bit more in terms of, you know, on an intraday, when I see those intradays, especially when I'm on stream, just to add a little bit more value for you guys. Just on, come on, Euro. Come on, let's catch those rejections. Come on, we might see it while we're on stream. We've got another 45 minutes. Joel's going to be joining us in 15 minutes. But we could see what we want to see, especially if this comes here, come below the Asian range, come here. If we take out this liquidity, oh man, guys, I'll be so happy. Because then what this will do for us, for me, is that'll give me an entry for swing position, okay? It's not even a case of intraday. I'm really looking for a swing position on this. So I'll run this up to here. This, by the way, I'm not getting 11R. One sec. No, actually, I'll be conservative, to be honest. I'll come here. I'll come to this area. This is like major area to be drawn into. From here, look, boom, boom. And I'll be happy with that. Boom, boom. Stops, if we look at structure, obviously, this is our obvious higher low area, isn't it? This is probably where a lot of stops are going to be at. That's why I want to get entry there, take out some stops, grab some liquidity, then we carry on to the upside. But on this, I'll probably leave a lot more breathing room than that. And I might not even get that entry like here from here. The entry is probably going to most likely look like something like this. And then the stops, I will even place below here. I'll leave quite a bit of breathing room just in case, for whatever reason, say, for example, I get in down here, we push here, we might come down. I don't think we'd do that. I don't think we'll do that, to be honest. I don't think that's likely, but I'll leave a little bit of breathing room anyway. So yeah, that'll be the swing into 118s. Okay, that's what I'd like to see. Call it swing, but it may, yeah, I mean, it will be a swing because it'll be over the course of a few sessions. But that's what I'd love to see for Euro, whether we get it or not. We'll see. So yeah, let's see. Like, pull out all the tricks just to get, just to keep US up regardless. What's going on behind the scenes? I've got a horrible feeling something really bad is about to happen. Oh, do we think Trump? We think Trump will do what he can to keep markets higher for midterms? Well, look, let me tell you one thing, okay? Trump's kind of got what he wants at the moment. Okay, he's got what he wants at the moment in terms of not going to get rate hikes. So that's helped markets, because markets, you got to remember, markets would be falling much more harder. Markets would be falling hard right now, especially when you look at NAS, US, like these would be falling hard. But Trump's got what he wants in the sense of no rate hikes are happening. So it's given him some breathing room. It's given Trump some breathing room. His stop loss has got a lot more breathing room. So he could, like, as we've got going on right now with what's happening with US and Iran, you know, and obviously Trump saying he's going to put the toughest sanctions, Iranian sanctions on the regime, he's going to crush them. That's obviously not bullish for the markets, really, is it? Because it just means there could be more fighting, more back and forth. But to answer your question, what more could he do? What, you think he'll try and agree, make some peace in the Middle East? Is that what you're saying? But I don't think he could do anything else right now. And I don't think he's going to open up the Strait of Hormuz. Obviously, that would be great for him, but I don't think that's going to happen because it's out of his control. That would mean him having to concede to Iran, and I don't think that's going to happen. Look, guys, look at these oil prices. Look, this is that trade. Remember I said, but I didn't take it. Because obviously I wasn't there, and it wouldn't have been this anyway. So it would have been watching that sweep, then reversal candlestick. Look, sweep, bullish engulfing. This would have been the trade had I taken it. So it would have offered less R anyway. But obviously coming to where we wanted it to come to for oil. So today, by the way, let's talk about oil because I like the look of oil. I said this is playing out. So I'm going to look at some longs again. Now I'm actually going to keep an eye today. I'm actually more at my desk today. I'm not out in London, so I'm going to be around a lot more. But I'm going to watch longs today for oil. So let's talk about it. We're actually heading for a strong weekly closure. At the end of the day, Strait of Hormuz is closed. There's still supply fears. We've got the structure to the upside, breakout, pullback, retest, reversal candle there. Look, the reversal candle, bullish engulfing, and then we're closed. You see, we're still at this freaking gap area. Can you see that? Look, gap. Yeah. So we're at this gap area here. We're still trying to grind it down. I mean, we are anyway. Look at this. We're going to take out those highs today. I'm going to get in on longs for oil. Okay, we're going for higher high. This is the gap here. Look, can you see that? I think once we should just burst through and push higher, and we're going to be drawn into the next area of liquidity, which is 92s. Okay, up here. So if we go on the 4 hour, got this consolidation, which is nice to see. We're just printing a higher high. We're just waiting for that higher low confirmation, which really, if you were to even mark up a trend line, right? Look, all these taps, trend line, trend line, trend line, trend line. You know, so that higher low somewhere here makes sense, doesn't it? If we go on the 1 hour, got a nice bit of consolidation, got a range. Okay, so we can still come bound to the lower part of this range and then push. 30-minute Asian range, like we saw here, sweep liquidity, carry on. So that's what I'd like to see here. Coming for a liquidity grab anywhere here. Reversal candle, and then we go clear. And then what we'll be doing as well is we'll be breaking out. If you look, it's this narrowing range. So I'm going to look at longs today for oil. Okay, because I don't, and I'll run this into the weekend because I don't expect any deal happening. I don't expect any peace in the Middle East. And then I'll be targeting that, see where we pushed higher before, coming into up here, because that's the next major zone, really. When you look at it, we should put a zone here. Okay, so that's what I'll look to do today as well. So we've got a few things on a watch list, some euro longs, if we get that liquidity sweep, where we're at now, 96, okay, cool. So something like that. And then in towards 92. I'll be conservative, I'll go 91.50. And then if you look, I'll just leave stops below wherever we form that reversal candlestick. Like here, the stops would have been below this low, the wick, you know, and then go. Okay, so that's what I'm going to look for today for oil. So we've got potential oil longs on the cards today. Obviously, we're running gold longs right now. You know, years ago, guys, I'd have been like, closing it. But you know, as you get older, and this is something that I was talking about with a guest yesterday, as you get older and more experienced, it's not even about age, actually. It's not always about age, it's about experience. You're desensitized to numbers. It's kind of a bad thing as well when you're desensitized to these numbers, because it's like, it's almost not that you gamify trading, you're just removing that sensitivity to money. You know, it's almost like you're viewing this, it's electronic. Yeah, it's electronic, but it's just like numbers on the screen. It's not real. It's real, obviously. And this is one of the practices that I had to do, you know, like growing my personal accounts years ago as I started to scale those. Years ago, what I'd have to do, obviously I wanted to compound them and build, so I had more capital to trade with, but I'd have to do little withdrawals each week. You know, like I'd take 25% off my profit that I made and put that into my bank account so that I could register this is real, because otherwise it's just an empty 5 terminal, it's just numbers floating on the screen. You're really desensitized, you're gamifying trading. You have to register, your brain neurologically, you have to register that this is real. It's not a game. It's not just numbers on a screen. It's real money. Okay. So do those withdrawals when you can. Do those payouts when you can, so that you can just feel that, you can register that and know that it's real. It's a very important practice, actually, guys. It's a very, very important practice. Don't get drawn into as well, like, you know, with a number of on the simulated funded side of things, just don't get drawn into a lot of, you know, I know you want to build a buffer, but take some money out. You have to. Anyway, where was I going? I feel like I went off on one there. Yeah, so gold price is pushing to the upside. Let's go back to Euro a minute. Come on, Euro, give us the sweep, son. Come on, son. Yeah, so oil longs on the cards, Euro longs on the cards. Couple of swing-based positions if we get them. What else we got going on? Oil going to 100 neon. Neon, morning, bro. Morning. How you doing? Yeah, I'm just reading the chat. First time on a stream. Morning, guys. Would it be possible to show us 3 of your previous traders? Thanks. Just trying to gauge your successes. That's a good point. Yeah, we can do that for sure. Oh, your previous trades. You're trying to gauge my success. My success has got nothing to do with you. This is you versus you. This is your own journey. Okay. In terms of obviously the trades, like this, everything that everyone that's a regular on this stream just knows that I share everything that I'm taking on the stream. We go over. You know, what I'd advise you to do, just go back and watch the other streams and see. Okay, go and watch the other streams. They're all there. You can go and check those out. Okay. Watch all the London lives. You can even watch Angel as well. Just go and check them, and then you can gauge the success for yourself, whether you want to be here or not. If you don't want to be here, fine. If you're basing it on my success, your journey, and whether you're going to be here or not, yeah, I'll leave you to it, my man. Oil's going to 100. Greed. He's not after peace. He can't lose face. Yeah, he's not going to go after peace. And, you know, especially where people are saying that, you know, the US has lost the war to Iran. And they kind of have, because Iran sort of stood on business. US hasn't been able to do what it wants to do. They're both just there. They both got, you know, like, yeah, they're both there, like standing, blocking the Strait of Hormuz. Like, it's just so stupid. They're both blocking it. So they really, if the US, if Trump wanted to get his way, he would have complete control, and he doesn't. He doesn't have control of this situation. Absolutely. Also, with the Pro account, daily payout is a game changer. Yeah, facts. E8 Pro account is goated. Yeah, so euro dollar, we're getting that downside at the moment, which is good. We're getting that downside, is what we want to see. We can get that sweep. We'll get those entries. That'll be fantastic. Guys, I know Joel as well. If you're watching via the E8 channel, I know Joel's working on bringing in some of the, you know, traders that have had decent payouts, you know, talking about their own processes. It's always nice to obviously understand other people's perspective as well out of your own, you know, in terms of other people's approaches. So these guys will be coming on as well. No, he's working on that, should I say. So yeah. Guys, by the way, if you're just coming in, please do me a favor. Smash up the like button, smash up the subscribe button, just so that we can, incentivize me. I'm not asking for payment. I'm asking you to just do a couple of basic things. What time frames do you operate on mainly? 4 hour and then go down to 1 hour for better entry? Yeah, well, okay, here's a couple of things, right? For me, obviously, as I always say, like, let's just use gold as an example. Okay, let's use gold, because gold's a great example right now. I work, guys, for me, I'm on the higher time frames, right? Like, when I say higher, we're on the monthly. Okay, we're understanding where we're at in terms of like structure, where we're at in terms of price action, and obviously, the higher time frames gives us a bigger picture of where we want to go. Like, what I like the look of is last month where we formed this potential reversal candlestick. We didn't quite take out the low, but we formed a reversal candlestick, which set the pace, or set the foundation, should I say, for some potential upside for gold. Just to say, look, sellers, we've run out of we've potentially exhausted, we've run out some momentum, we could now reverse in the month of August. On the weekly, what was encouraging, again, this is all building the case. what was very nice, and we saw those signs of on the daily, which we're going to go and break down in a moment, but we broke out of that range. Okay, so I'm looking on the weekly as well to understand where we're at in terms of structure. We broke out of this weekly range. See where we were capped? Yeah, range, big bullish engulfing. So what that signals to me now is, okay, we've broken out of this pullback structure. We've broken out this bearish structure where we're to the downside, lower highs, lower lows. Broke out, bulls are freaking back. If we then go to the daily, okay, you can see that breaker structure here in the daily, right? We broke out. You see this range as well, breakout, had a little retest on the wick, laid the foundations for a continuation to the upside. Okay, and then now what we can see, and you'll see it, the 4 hour really is the engine, right? Why is the 4 hour the engine? Because on the 4 hour, what you'll start to see is that nice structure, right? And obviously here's the breakout of the range, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Now, what to always watch for, especially when we've got these clean structures, just keep in mind that there will be periods where, for example, if you look along here, right, where my cursor is, this is where a load of obvious stops are going to be. And I tweeted about this yesterday, that we will always, you should always take into consideration that we're going to have these times when there's this obvious, where these obvious areas of liquidity are at. Keep in mind that we're going to sweep that liquidity, especially in gold, So obvious stops would have been here, right? And when we're taking out liquidity as well, it does exacerbate the move to the downside. Okay, so then you want to look left. Where's that next major area where we could potentially capture some support? And it's not a case of trying to catch a falling knife as well. You don't want to try and catch a falling knife because you're just going to bleed. Okay, it's a possibility that you bleed. You want to look for signs of confirmation. So we've come down to this other key area of liquidity here, where this other high and low was, and this other support is at. Formed a reversal candle, bullish engulfing. Okay, now this is a safe time to potentially enter. What's a bonus for me, right? Because you're asking me which time frame do I look to enter on? It's not necessarily the hourly, because especially when we've got moves like this. So I'm going to drop down, like I explained yesterday, the one that I missed. I will drop down to the Asian range, okay, 30-minute, look at the Asian range, and then look for that sweep of liquidity for continuation. So like here, reversal candle, bullish engulfing. So I would enter on this, reversal candle. We swept liquidity there of those lows. Reversal candlestick, then entry. As I said yesterday, we missed this entry. That's why we got a late entry into gold, and then continuation to the upside. So I will drop down to the 30 or the 15-minute when I'm looking at the Asian range. Look for clean entries on that sweep for continuation. Now, with the Asian range as well, it also gives me swing entries. Like I said, with that, what we're looking for euro, okay, with that pullback, because that will provide a swing entry if that comes down to where we want it to come down to. And it will run to where I want it to run to, in towards sort of 118. That'll give us our swing entry. So, yeah, man, I hope that answers. So it's really just working all the way top down, and then trying to find liquidity sweeps for continuations of structure. So that's, yeah.
Hello, sir.
Hey, morning, bro. How you doing?
I'm good. I heard myself for a second.
Good. Did you finish up late yesterday, or did you?
No, bro. I was absolutely shattered. Came back about 9 o'clock. Grabbed a nice cheeky burger, and then just chilled out for a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, do you know Sobe? Sobe, SOBE, Sobe.
No.
Traders, if you're coming to London, SOBE, Sobe, smash burgers. Delicious. Bro, Ken, it is so good, man. It's so good.
Okay, better than
Zoaski. Welcome.
Fair.
Good morning. Welcome, mate. Thank you, sir. Morning.
Yeah,
Neon.
Joel.
Joel.
Joel,
Which
by the
one?
way, like a few people have been asking, because, and someone is dropping it now. Someone's saying that we've not done a giveaway in a little while. Is that right? Have we not done a giveaway in a while?
Yeah. So I said to the traders, it's looking like it will be Friday. But I said also the London room hasn't been performing that well. So the incentive isn't there to give away accounts, traders. We need likes. We need traders commenting. We need excitement. Yeah. So if we get that today, let's do a like goal today, Ken. And if we hit it, then let's do it, man.
Let's do a like goal right now. Let's set this, because there's people that have been coming into the stream and not been hitting up that like button. Okay, it's jumped up now on E8. That's good, guys. If we can get, so we're on 13 likes right now. Okay, make sure you share this stream with your friends as well. We're on 13 likes. Let's get it up to, where are we at now? Because obviously I'm on for another 30 minutes. Let's get it up to, Joe, what do you reckon? You call the E8 one, I'm going to call mine. What do you reckon?
Yeah, 25 is a good number.
Okay, 25
is a good number.
25 on mine as well, guys. By the way, if you're watching on my channel, I see there's 28 people watching right now on YouTube, but there's only 11 likes. Guys, if you want to give away a chance to win an E8 account, right, challenge account, you bet everyone watching this now, hit that like button, and you can validate the entry point on mine. Mine's 30 likes on mine. We're on 11. I don't know how we're on 11 when there's more of you watching them here in comparison to the E8 channel. So you better get liking now if you want a chance for that giveaway.
Smash it.
Let's run
Smash it. And if you're on Ken's, come to E8s and like. And if you're on E8s, go to Ken's and like. Just
simple, easy, light work.
Boost.
Let's get that sorted. What are you lining up for today, Joe? I was saying how in the car yesterday, right? Yeah. Obviously, I'm in these gold longs, but this is not the entry that I wanted. Yeah. Do you remember I was in the car and I was like,
He was so, he was so pissed.
Like,
he was so pissed.
You're like, what? I was like, Joe, I told you this sweet liquidity I want to see. Look, down here for gold. This would have been my entry.
I should have recorded it, man. I should have recorded it.
I was so upset. But anyway.
I was sitting there. Sorry, Ken, but I was sitting there, just minding my business, looking out the window, looking at London. We just finished a shoot, and then I told you, Joe. I told you. And I'm like, what, Ken? What? Gold. It came straight into the region and then flew. Oh,
guys,
Kenny, man.
It's like, even though, like I've been doing this for a long time, that sort of thing still annoys me. Like, it's when I've called something and I missed it, that still annoys me. Obviously, we're only human. I'm still going to be bothered, and I'm not going to go and do something stupid after, but it still annoys me, So anyway, whatever. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
It's what it is.
Facts. Traders, I want to hear some questions today. I think this is more of a recap part of the week. What have you guys struggled with? What can we talk to you about?
Yeah, definitely. You've had quite a lot of questions. To be fair, given the weak numbers of people that are here right now, we've had some good questions coming in, which has been nice. I've been breaking down quite a lot. So guys, as Joel said, if you got any more questions, please drop it in. Let's talk. We've got time. Let's do this.
Mark M. Oct. Welcome, my man. Yes, 7:30 every single day. Every single day, brother.
Well, yeah. We need.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Better believe it. Joe, what you got going on today?
Mate, before I go into it, I can already tell my MacBook's crying, so I'm going to switch over to my laptop and then I will go through the charts with you, brother.
All right.
Yes. You get the better view of me, mate. Don't worry.
Awesome.
What are you in though? Just gold?
Yeah, only gold longs. I'm waiting for Euro pullback at the moment, so I can get some potential swing entries. Yeah, but that's it right now, bro. I think I might get my entries for Euro. I believe it's coming. She's coming down. But yeah, apart from that, that's all we got.
Daniel, you messaged me on Instagram, didn't you? I appreciate that, man. Thanks for the message. Lively music this morning, Ken. Loving it, man. It's got my head
vibes. Vibes, man. It is the vibes.
All right, let me leave on here, okay? Just 2 secs.
Go on, man. Euro. I want to pull this up. So 1682. Yeah, see, between anywhere from like 1680 down towards 17s would be nice for entry point for euro. So we'll keep an eye on that pullback whilst we sweep Asian range low. So in this proximity, just have it marked up on here as well, would be great. This is buy zone for me down here. Whether we get or not, we'll see. Hopefully we do. But if we don't, then we don't. Silver as well. I'm going to quickly go over to silver because where's silver at today? Yeah, remember I was in those silver longs before. Look at that! Ah! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that reversal. Look at this. Is what I mean, guys. This is the sort of thing you want to see. Beautiful. That's a sexy. That's even sexier than the gold one. This one. Look at that. Nice, beautiful reversal pin bar. Bullish engulfing above. Swept that liquidity. Bing! And what's nice here, we see we're breaking out. It's like a flag, yeah? Like a little flag. Ping! So this looks good as well. I wonder if it's too late to get, because silver, when you look at silver, silver could be going to serious heights, guys. Silver can go to heights. 80 is the next major area. Once we break this, look, once we break this down here, we're going to ping into 80 bucks. It's $10 rally for silver there. Easy.
Ping.
It will ping, literally like tennis balls.
Ping, ping.
So, is it too late for an entry on silver? So I'm just asking. Higher high at the moment. We're in obviously higher high phase, so I wouldn't like to just jump in at here. That's for sure. Jump in. It would be great to see that pull back here. Look, we've got higher high. I would love to see it coming here. $68 can happen. 30 minutes what's going on. Where's the Asian range? Ah, Asian range is there. Interesting. So we could. If we are going to drop, I'll keep an eye on that in there. Also here. Yeah. So anywhere in this proximity, if we do get that pullback, could be nice, but we might not. Look, got a bit of bullish momentum here, potential bullish pennant. We might do this, and then go. So maybe that's of interest as well. Is she on? Is she back?
She. I love it when you call me she, bro.
I've been talking, bear in mind, for an hour and 40 minutes. Sorry, not an hour and 40, for an hour. So you can share your stuff. I'm going to let you share your screen. Give me a breather.
Okay. How many coffees you had, lad?
Well, I finished my usual jug. Just on the last
jug.
Sips.
I love it. I love how it's a jug. Yeah, so traders, GU, again, I told you that we didn't get our entry on this, unfortunately, but I marked it out from, where we were going to get our entry from. And it flew and has taken out this beautiful LQ above this region. Let's see if we took out this secondary. Yeah, we took out both highs. So what we had done was created our confirmation box right here, showing to us advertisements. Now, what we're looking for was an hourly signal on this. I didn't see anything in this region, and I was hoping that we would see this candle right here, the one that's closed as a close and reverse. This candle I was hoping to see as our entry, but we didn't get that. Now, what it could have been was this candlestick right here. And traders, I'm always looking for dojis, right? And this is, so actually I can explain this. Now, there's a really fine line between a signal being a signal and a signal not being a signal. And that's basically your eyes finding it. But essentially I'm looking for a candle like this. Okay, this is a terrible one. I'm going to draw it with a box so it's a little bit clearer. So I'm looking for a doji like that, and then with a smaller wick. Now, depending on the size of this is depending on how strong the signal is going to be. So if the signal is like this sort of doji, it doesn't look great for me. Like I'm not going to be too interested in this. I want to see a nice thin doji like this as my confirmation candle, something like that. And then I'd usually draw a line over it like this to signify to me that this candle is my entry. Now, I'm doing this on both time frames. So on the 4 hourly, we got 1, 2, 3 with the doji being right here. So this was one confirmation, and I told you guys, you know, we've either got higher time frame or we have got lower time frame, but we need both. Okay, we either need 2 higher time frame or 1 higher time frame and 1 lower time frame, and that will give us a signal, right? And I've showed this many times, traders. We can go to Euro New Zealand, and I'll show you an example of where we found that. Go to the inverted chart, come to the hourly, delete, delete, delete. Traders, this was my advertising box, okay? My confirmation was on the 15-minute chart. What's that? That's a doji. That was our confirmation. Then we find the liquidity. Where is the liquidity? Above this high and above this high. And where do we come to? Of course, above both highs. Now, what I explained to you, traders, was that in this region, if we got a pullback in the direction of where the liquidity is not, and where the traders are placing their TPs, which would have been down below this low, then we would have probably only taken out this high. But because we went straight towards the liquidity, that tells me that that's my signal that, okay, we're not going to go to just to target 1, we're going to go also to target 2, which is this high up above here. So this is one example. Now, again, every single day you're going to understand these signals, you're going to learn what they look like, you're going to learn what advertisements look like, and how the liquidity is communicated to us through the certain candlesticks, through the certain structures, through the certain signals, the confirmations. And this is just one example. Let me find one more, just so
can we just quickly announce something just while you're doing that? Guys, can we drop some W's in the chat for Neon Spark? Neon Spark just passed his target reach on E8. Big W's in the chat for Neon Spark, guys.
Come on,
W's.
man.
Come on. Let's share that energy. Let's share that good love. Come on.
Good job, man.
It'll be reciprocated. Don't spam, mate. Ken will ban you. Those W's were me. I was writing those. W's in the chat for Neon Spark, guys.
Well done, man. Well done.
You two are brilliant at this. Thank you, Daniel. Much love. Much love.
Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, let's find a secondary candle. Neon, man, keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Be slow, be strong. And yeah, get that payout, bro.
Come on.
Get that payout, Sirski.
Right, Joe. Sorry, I interrupted you. Your madness there.
Yeah, just completely lost my train of thought, mate. I'm gonna jump off now. All right, see you, mate. I'm kidding. No, I'm just trying to find another example, like Euro New Zealand. What did we take this week that was a signal? What did we take this week? Okay, we can do gold, but we can do gold, but it wasn't. Yeah, okay. All right, we do gold. We do gold. All right, so guys, do you remember the gold? Yeah, the gold buys. Gold buys, go to the hourly chart. What am I looking for? The doji, traders, the doji. So I am going to draw a box around this. This is signifying my entry, traders. Doji, higher time frame target. Now what do I need to find? Either another higher time frame target, another time frame signal, or a lower time frame confirmation. And where was that, traders? It was right here. Right here. This one. That was my confirmation. So liquidity is towards the upside. Where are we going to trade? Towards the upside. That is it, traders. That is it. Another one. So that was an example. So gold was an example of a high time frame and a lower time frame. So HTF and LTF. This is a signal of a higher time frame, which is two HTF, so 2 higher time frame signals. We had 1 doji formation, 2 doji formations. Where did we go? Towards ski upside.
Nice.
Where was the LQ? Above the high.
Nice.
Look at that, man. That is gorgeous. That is fantastic.
Beauty, beauty, beauty.
Trading's great, man. It's really great.
Guys,
Where
by the
else
way,
can you-
quick one. Sorry, Joel, very quick one. So the goal, what was the goal on E8 likes? 25?
25.
Okay, on my channel, we haven't hit the goal yet. I said 30 on mine. We're on 22. E8's been achieved, but we need another 8 more likes on mine, and then we can be there, okay? 8 likes. So you're almost there for the giveaway. So that's relating to the giveaway, traders. Get like him now.
Come on, traders.
Oh, God. Go ahead, Joel. Sorry, interrupted you there, sir.
It's okay, bro. It seems to be.
You said you love trading. Yeah, me too.
Seems to be a common theme. No, I do love trading, man, because it gives everybody the opportunity from any sort of background, any sort of financial background, any global background to, you know, have to make it, to basically make it.
I know, man. I know. It's just so, it's like across the globe.
Bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, sorry, I'm just struggling for words at the moment, but it's one of those things, you know, I keep saying it now though. I've saying this all the time now, but there's no trading, the door will never close on you. You know, like other careers. And
you don't get fired.
You don't get fired. You've always got an opportunity to come back. Just come back a different version of yourself if you left because of you blown an account or did some stupid shit. But the door will always be open to you. No one's going to take that away from you from trading. The door's always like this. Come.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. So I traded very heavily from 2014 to 2020. That was like the years that I was trying to make it. 2020 to 2024, I was doing very well. I had some really good periods, some bad periods, but overall I was doing very well. And then 25, I just stopped, bro. I said to you, I said, like, I'm not interested. I don't want to do it anymore. Like, I'm finished. not on like, I didn't part ways in a bad way, but I just wanted to see other things. Like, where am I good at as well? Not just staring at the screen. So, you know, I got into production content things, editing, just things that I've been passionate about since I was younger. But I've come back end of 2025. Actually, summer 2025. I probably only took about an 8-month break, but I came back and it's no different, traders. It's no different. If you want to take some time off, I mean, still watch the streams, but the markets don't change. Not really. There's better periods and there's worse periods, but ultimately you can always come back. And once you've built that skill, you've built the skill. It's always what you go. Always what you got to remember. Come on, bro. I feel like I'm on a motivational vibe today.
Love that, man. No, I totally agree with you. Have
bro. You taken time off?
From trading, it's been a long time since I've taken time off. You know, I mean, the only way I'll take time off is if I'm going away. You know, if I'm going away on, you know, taking some time away. But like, I haven't needed to. It's been a while since I've needed to take some time off because as a result of my trading, you know, my behaviors. Yeah, man, I feel like I'm just, as I said to you guys before, like I'm at this stage where I'm just so level in the sense of, yeah, I'm not, no trade is ever sort of making me, no trades ever breaking me. Like I'm comfortable with my risk. I'm comfortable if I run into a losing streak, it's not going to break my accounts. So I'm just quite stable and consistent in all aspects, not just inconsistent in terms of profitability and consistent in my mind, you know? But yeah, if shit turns south and God forbid anything ever happens, then I will take that needed time, of course. But otherwise, I'm just cool. I'm cool right now. I'm cooling. Yeah, baby boy.
Makes sense. Fancy pants.
Talking about holiday, I feel like I need a holiday. I need a holiday.
You're gonna do it?
Had a holiday, like a proper holiday since November. You know, that's a long time.
Sandy beaches vibes.
Yeah, I've been away and stuff. I've been away, but not like a proper holiday since November last year. You know, so I think what I mean by that is I don't work, but like, you know, I don't stop working, man. I don't stop grinding because I love it anyway. Do you know what I mean? Don't you?
You love the hustle.
I love the hustle.
Yeah. It takes. So what will happen when I go on holiday is like 2 days. I'm like, what do I do with myself? Usually I'm working. Usually I'm thinking about something, and then the third or fourth day I'll start to relax, and then I relax, and then it's time to come back home. So
yeah,
I actually only get like a few days to properly settle in. Maybe it's just needed a 2-week holiday, but I don't know. Feels weird. Daniel, what timeframes do you class as higher and lower regarding doji signals? Regarding doji signals, well, there's doji signals across all timeframes, but like typically, it depends how you want to trade. So if you want to trade slower, and if you want to find the patterns easier without a lot of noise, I would say start with the 4-hour and the 1 hour, and that's what I class as high time frame. Anything below 1 hour, so if we're using 50-minute signals with 5-minute and 1 minute, then that is what I class as lower time frames. So 4-hour and 1 hour are higher time frames. 50-minute, 5-minute, and 1 minute are lower time frames.
Just while Joel's gone, give me a moment to speak just quickly. Sorry, Joel, just quickly. Guys, very, very quickly, let me just, Joel, we'll come back to your screen. Just because I just want people to be aware of what I'm looking at and when I'm looking to execute very, very quickly. So euro dollar, by the way, guys. Oh, wait, where's my screen? Let's see. Yeah, euro dollar, by the way, guys, we're getting this pullback, which is good. So I'm watching this pullback right now. As I said to you guys, there's 2 key areas of interest for me. It's basically a whole block, really. It's from anywhere from sort of 1680 down towards 70. Okay, sort of that 10 pip range. I'll be looking for these long, so I'm waiting for that sweep of liquidity. This will still be our higher low, and then we're going to continue to the upside. Nothing has changed on a macro level. Okay, this is just pure technical price action that's going on right now. Pull back, grab some liquidity, continuation to the upside, and this area is of interest because if you look left, it's also the Asian range low. It's also where we sort of tapped here. So it's clearly a zone. So this is my area of interest. Another 10, sort of another 20 pip, well, not quite 20 pips, 18 pip drop potentially. And then I'm going to buy those dips for euro dollar. As I say, nothing's changed. And when you look at the Dixie, okay, Dixie's just playing out as well. It's nice. It's moving within this range. As I said, it might come down here, push back up, and then face further rejections and continuation to the downside. And just very, very lastly as well, oil, as I said, if you're just joining the stream, I'm waiting for, I want to see a sweep of the Asian range low as well. Okay, so as we do sometimes with oil, we sweep that liquidity and then continue to the upside. We're going to get a big breakout in oil, given everything going on. There's no peace deal. There's no, everything's going to still not necessarily escalate, but there's an oil shortage, there's a supply shortage. So this should just drive higher. So we're going to look at those longs in oil. Silver's breaking out that pennant. But yeah, anyway, Joel, back to you, sir.
Zoasky. Do you have people behind guest chart on E8 Twitter? Same background, 100%. I'm so confused. So confused. Joe, do
sorry,
you
bro, just elaborate on that.
Behind guest chart on E8 Twitter, the background 100% the same. Lol. I don't know, sir.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What does that mean? Sorry.
I don't know.
Oh, okay, fair.
I don't know.
By the way, guys, the moment of truth. Have we hit the like goal on my channel? Having a look now.
We've hit it on E8.
We've definitely smashed it up on E8.
Yeah, we've hit it on E8.
The question is, have
good
we
job. Thank you, guys.
Chigbo?
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And you better not be purchasing them likes as well. I don't want any fabricated likes.
Fabricated is crazy, bro.
Manufactured.
20.
Okay, no, not on the mine yet.
No.
Only on 24. If you're watching on my channel, make sure you hit that like button if you want a chance for a giveaway account. We've got another 6 to do, another 6 likes to do on my channel. So if you're watching on X, head over to the YouTube, smash up the like button.
28, guys. Yeah. 28.
Cool, Joe.
I now that it's 28, I'm thinking we're gonna have to do 30 now. And then when we get to 30,
no,
we're gonna have to do 30.
Right, don't do that to people. That's not fair.
And when we get to 35, we're gonna have to do 40. Kidding, guys. I'm kidding. I'm not that mean. It's a Friday. I'm not horrible today. E8, the guest chart like quiz, you know. I'm so confused. E8 have guest chart like quiz. I think I don't know. Joe, what's your favorite currency pair and why? I love questions like this. It switches. To be completely honest with you, it switches. Sometimes it's GA, sometimes it's GU, sometimes it's AU, sometimes it's the yens, but predominantly I would say GA. GA is like I understand its personality. It's like a granddad, and it just does what it wants, but in a nice way. You know, it's not crazy. It does what it wants in a nice way, and when it moves, it moves. Like gold moves in a certain way. Sometimes it's crazy. You like understand it. Ken, do you understand gold? Like, do you understand its personality?
Bro, gold is in my blood.
Yes, right? Like a deep like ancestry connection to gold.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah, answer to your question is GA. GA right now, I'd say that. GA. But AU's been moving great as well. What happened here? It wasn't a signal.
What's happened?
No. I've marked out a box as though liquidity was supposed to be at this level, but I don't know why I marked it out. It's not. There's no confirmation. Why have you done this, Joel? Why did you do this?
Joe, what you got going on this weekend? What are you doing to detach yourself from the charts this weekend?
Good question, mate. I don't know, mate. I don't know. My friends are in Italy this weekend, so it's not looking good.
Oh,
It's not looking good.
nice. Whereabouts in Italy are your friends heading to?
Genoa.
Okay, fair. Genoa. Nice, man.
So yeah, I'll probably just
Fair
lock in
place.
this weekend.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Fair play.
And yourself?
Today I'm heading to like where I live. There's like a massive, like this community thing with all families and stuff, like barbecue. There's like music, like things for the kids to do.
Nice.
I'm on daddy daycare as well again this weekend, so I've got a lot of kids with me. So if you see me and like a serious amount of kids, it's kind of. And you know what I love? Like the amount of times, and I'm not just blowing my own trumpet here, the amount of time, like someone will see me, like a random person, I'm just talking about a member of the public, and they'll be like, you are, wow, super dad, or like they compliment just because I just have my kids under control, I'm just like
Machine.
bear in mind, obviously quite a few. Just what's that?
Machine.
Yeah, not necessarily machine, because obviously I have great time with the kids, but like they're just with me, they're just in check, you know what I mean? So anyway, we're just gonna have a fun weekend this week. I think hopefully the weather's gonna be nice this weekend. It's cooling down a lot, but the sun's shining and that. So
I felt that I felt cold as I woke up this morning. It's a strange feeling.
yeah, it's good. It's been freaking suffocating, the heat. It's been nice, it cooling down a little bit.
Ken, how are we doing for likes on yours?
So on mine, we are on, let's have a check. 30. Okay, we've hit 30 on the nose. Fine.
Okay.
Cool. We've qualified. We've qualified for the giveaway. Yeah. So we can do that at the end of the stream. But guys, I'm gonna leave you in good hands. Obviously with Joel.
Ken, wait.
Joel will run.
Wait.
Run.
Give the guys the question. Give the guys the question.
What's this for?
We're not going to do a duck race, bro. We're gonna do a question. So the first person to answer this question from the stream of this week shall get the giveaway.
Why why don't we do this? Look, why don't we do this? Let me do the question now before I go. Okay, we'll pick a winner. I still think you can duck the duck race. We do 2. Let's do it. Because they haven't had a giveaway all week, and I can't remember last week when we did.
But I don't have the infrastructure for a duck race, brother.
Why?
They send it on. They send it on Discord, no? What's the logistics behind a duck race?
Well, they have to give us their usernames.
Yeah.
But we can just go by their username. Oh, right.
That's what I'm saying. There's not one place where everybody is. And then copying and pasting. Usually it's done on Discord, right?
You need to get the hookup from Angel, how he does that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to do a question then. We have to do a question. I swear you've done a duck race before though, Joel. How did you do it last time?
No, that was your Angel. Yeah, that was your Angel. I think it was you actually, and Angel had sent you the list, so it's just importing the list. But we can do that next week, man. We can do a cheeky duck race next week.
Oh, I was looking forward to the duck race. All right, we'll have to do that next time, guys. Next week we'll do the duck race giveaway, but we're doing a giveaway now. Okay, here's my question: have your fingers ready?
Fingers on the pulse.
Okay, have your fingers ready. And I'm not going to ask something that you can just try and ask AI.
Quickly,
if you ask AI, I'm going to know that you've asked AI.
Just quickly, guys. If you're on X, you need to come over to YouTube. And can everybody put a 1 in the chat? Just type a 1 in the chat. Let's see your reaction time. Number 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Go. I want to see a bunch of 1s in the chat.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to ask 2 questions, okay? We'll give away 2. Because I'm going to ask one that you can't ask AI. And if someone responds with AI in the answer, I'm going to know it's AI and I'm going to say no, you're not going to win. Okay. So be ready. Right, Joe, we ready?
Let's run it, bro.
Okay.
Wait, I think everybody's still typing 1s.
That's all right.
I've ruined it.
Right, giveaway time. All right, first question. Okay, I'm going to do this for the people that watch it on my channel, okay? So I'd expect some of you to know this. I'm not going to expect all of you to know this. Joel knows, obviously, to go and know the answer. In terms of my step into these financial markets, what was the first thing that I did as Ken Chigbo? What's the first thing that I did in terms of my step into these financial markets? What was my first sort of role in financial markets? What did I do for traders? Drop it in the chat. First answer wins. Oh, we're still getting 1s. What was the first thing Ken did and he stepped into these financial markets? Started at the bottom, now we're here. At the bottom, now the whole team here.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, there we go.
Ooh.
Do you know what? I'm going to have to give it to Daniel. I'm sorry, guys. Daniel said it. He said T-Boy. That's the answer I wanted. T-Boy. Daniel, you've won yourself an account, my man. T-Boy. Exactly. Ken started from the bottom with a T's for the traders. The T-Boy. So he wins. All right. Now, here's the macro question for the next account. So let's log Daniel, bro, by the way. So that's at Daniel for the first account, yeah? 3359 Daniel. All right, Joe.
Yeah, I've got him on. Yeah. I'm gonna DM you, Daniel. Okay.
Okay. Now here comes the macro question. Sorry, guys, I'm just keeping an eye on Euro right now. Here comes your macro question. Okay. So, why is it when? Like, for example, this week, let's take this week an example. So we had the US. That's too hard. I'm not going to ask something really hard. That's unfair. Okay. I'm struggling actually to think of a question.
Do you want it to be
I'm actually struggling
about
right
this
now.
week, or do you want it to be about us? Do you want it to be about E8?
I want I want a macro question. Just my brain. I've just got brain fart right now. Okay. Tricky. Struggling now. Sorry. I'm actually struggling for a macro question. My head is frozen. Okay, here we go. Why, and I've already said it while I've been on the stream, so first person to answer it correctly wins. Okay. Why is it that US yields, what's the main reason most recently, okay? I'm talking about the most recent. Why is the key reason most recently have US yields been rising? See if you get the answer that I'm looking for. Drop it in the chat. First person, drop it in. It's an account for you. I'll answer it again. Most recently, US yields have been rising. There's a specific answer that I'm looking for. Hey, oh, Daniel, you were super close. There's a specific answer I'm looking for. US yields have been rising most recently.
This is a hard one, bro.
Yeah, it is a hard one. That's why. That's what. Okay, fine. Some people saying because of the buyback announcement. Not quite, because that brings yields down. Why would yields rise? Yeah, do you know what? Okay. Daniel, the thing is, can Daniel win 2 accounts? He can't, can he?
No.
Daniel, you're almost there. But anyway, but you can't win another account. Sorry, bro. Sorry. So, Daniel is super close. Yeah, okay. All right, AP Trades. I'm going to give it to you, okay? I'm going to give it to AP Trades. AP Trades, you win. No. There's the answer I wanted. Investors demand a higher return to compensate for future inflation. That's also right. Because, there's higher risk associated to US debt right now, basically, to US economy. So, and also that AP Trade, you're right. To attract investors, I've already said I'm going to give it to AP Trades. AP Trades, you win. Naruto me, you were super close as well. So it's just you weren't quick enough. So we got 2 accounts here. One for Daniel, one for AP Trades, Joel.
Yeah, AP, Daniel, I've already got you on Instagram. AP, DMJOELSAMUELMCG. Okay? Do it one more time. JOELSAMUELMCG. If not, go on Ken's following and type in Joel. JOEL. You'll find me. You will find me, brother. Smashed it, guys.
All right, sweet guys. I'm going to have to shoot. So have a blessed weekend. And I'm going to be back on Monday. Okay? Back on Monday with Joel. Joel, bless up, my man. Have a good one.
Bro.
And I'll catch you in a bit.
It's been a good week, my man.
See you, traders. Peace out.
Traders, so let's go through the charts. See what we have. Ken, can you switch? He's gone. He's gone, hasn't he? He's gone. Let me get my screen up. Here we go. Yeah. All right, traders, let's go through the charts and let's see what we have for today. Now, I believe Ken's looking for a long on Euro USD. So let's look at Euro USD first and find our perspective. Now, I think he's looking for a break below these equal lows. What's that? The Asian? What's he looking for? Let's see. I think, anyway, I think he's looking for a pullback. But structurally, traders, this scares me, all right? This really scares me, looking for a potential continuation towards the upside right now. I would not expect price to go in this point right here. I think Ken's got his idea is really good by coming down and seeing a break of structure first. But what I would like to see in order to get, that push towards the upside would be a, lower high being formed here. And then I'd like to see a break below these lows. Either we come back up, or we can come back up around this region, and then we continue towards the downside. So something like this that would show traders that, we are seeing some selling rather than we're seeing some buying. Because what have we got here? Double bottom on the hourly chart, which is very, very clear. On the 50-minute, again, the same thing. This is kind of broken, but not really a strong break towards the downside. And then we've just broken this high above here and this high above here. And look what we're doing. We're rejecting this region, traders. So we've broken above. We first rejected it, then we broke above. We then retested it. Beautiful. Look how clean this is, traders. Look at how clean that is. Okay, we had the high, break, retest, starting to push towards the upside. So Euro USD, I think the move that Ken's looking for will potentially be coming on. Actually, it could still come today, but he's looking for that pullback, and that makes a lot of sense because structurally we are seeing buys in this region. So I'd like to target price coming back down to these lows, breaking them, showing traders that we're building the liquidity towards the downside, and then we're going to come and potentially create selling. Where have we got selling in this region? Yeah. So traders expect a pullback from Euro USD, and then we're analyze on Monday what exactly happened on this pair. But this double bottom, I don't like it. This double bottom, this double rejection is not great for us. It looks very bullish, and when when price looks bullish, what do we expect to see? The opposite happening, right? Moving forward, GBP USD traders, we know why we got this big push towards the upside. We just didn't get our confirmation. We had our signal here. 1, 2, 3 rejection from this region. We were just waiting for our confirmation, which could have been this, but it wasn't clear for me, and that's why I drew. Look, I like to see this part of the candle very, very thin. This for me wasn't clear enough, right? This is quite a thick rejection. But if we go to the 4-hour and look at this doji, it's a lot thinner. Now, the thinner it is for me, the stronger the signal. Yeah. So that's what I'm looking for. And the reason why, traders, this wasn't a signal, because we've got the same structure right here, was because the doji didn't close above the previous candle, right? So if you look at the details of this, look at this wick. This wick needed to close above here for us to, get a higher time frame signal on this, and we didn't get that. So that's an invalid change of structure. That doesn't tell me that there's buys being created in this region. But this one here, look, wick, it closed above. So it pushed above, and then we get the doji. That's my confirmation. Just pull up the chat. So GU for me now. Do we have anything? I think we're just trending on GU now. I think we're just going to end up trending. I think that's what's going to happen. Just open the window. Very hot. Very quickly. Yeah, so GU, I think we're just trending. Yes, we are creating highs, higher lows. Just printed this higher high here. Possibly we get a little bit of buying here. What does that mean? Some accumulation in this region. Price looks like in there. And we come down and take this LQ. show you the target, traders. Right, we've got this wick. We've got this beautiful wick up here. We've got this wick. Okay, I'm looking for this wick to be taken out. Now, where is my signal? Let me show you, traders. Go to the 15-minute chart. We have got this box of advertisements here. So this region, I'm looking for price to roll over, or traders to perceive the price is going to roll over. I've got my confirmation on the 5-minute with this candle right here. Again, looking for the doji. And now what are we doing? I mean, it's looking like it's just gone. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd be worried about this, traders. It's similar to the GJ that we looked at the start of the week, but I'd be worried about this entry. It's not great. It's not great. I'm not comfortable with this one. But the signal's there. The signal is there and the confirmation is there. I'm just worried that we're going to come like this. We're going to do this. And we're very worried about that. This would be a better place to enter from. And then we get that up to this high. But traders, if you've done really well, I mean, look, if you've done really well on the trading week, then just enter these worst trades with very, very small lot sizes, very, very small positions. You know, if you have if you've lost a week and then you're trading a bad risk to reward, don't touch it. But that is what I'm seeing, traders. That is what I'm seeing. Yeah, so EU. Yeah, look at this. This is not nice. 1, 2, 3. It's too many conflicting signals with EU. Triple top here. Triple top on the 50-minute chart, and then you go to the hourly chart, and we've got a double top here. We've got some buying off the reaction of this high. I think it's just a bit chaotic. I think we might just, because we've got a high up here, and we've got our low down here. Yeah, so essentially, when it makes sense to come up here and it makes sense to come down here, it's not good. We need confirmation, and that may come in the New York session, traders. That may end up coming in the New York session. Trading versus betting, exactly. EU, okay, let's go to the yens. I always pass off the yens because of that movement, but let's see what we have. So structurally, oh, we did take out these lows, traders. We did end up taking out these lows. Funny. We did take them out. Anyway, traders, is this a signal? Is that a 4-hour signal? Don't see a confirmation. No confirmation, but there is a 4-hour selling signal here. Anyway, what did we get that made sense here? So we have got a low, we've got a lower high, we've got a higher high, and then we made this higher high, and then we smashed towards the downside. Now, if we were going to push towards the upside on this move, I wouldn't have wanted to see, I would have wanted to see more selling here. Yeah, and more rejections there, clearer rejections. Do we get anything on the hourly? Remove. Let's see that. Yeah, this is not too clean, traders. It's not too clean. We do have an area where there could be liquidity, which is above this region. But yeah, this is not too clean. I don't see anything on UJ. 15-minute. Okay, 15-minute maybe here. 5-minute. No confirmation. Let's leave UJ. EJ 50-minute. We've just printed a signal, actually. Traders, you remember seeing this? Showed you this many times. Look, 1, 2, 3. Finishing in a doji. Do we have a confirmation? Yes, we do. Okay, here we go, guys. Yes, we do. 6-6. Where is our high? 15-minute. Okay. We've already taken out this high. Okay. Looking for shorts, traders. Looking for shorts on EJ. Yeah? Okay. Okay. This is a trade for me, guys. Euro Japan yen. I got a confirmation on 50-minute and on 5-minute. Looking for LQ. First LQ. Below this low. Secondary LQ here. So final target. Just delete that. Okay, nice. This day is getting better and better. Why, Daniel? For a trade. Yeah, my man. Okay, Jens, what do we have on GJ? GJ's going anyway. GJ's going. GJ is... No, I don't see anything here, guys. I mean, structurally it looks good. We had a low, sorry, we had a high, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower low. Finally broke structure here. But in this, it looks like we were creating a little bit of selling from this region. Traders anticipating this being another high low. Sorry, another lower high. So 1, 2, 3. Accumulation in this region where it stops above this high, above this high. What have we done? Came out, taken those. And this is a prime example of why I invert my charts, traders. Prime example. So I can look at this same structure. Prime example. Prime example. Okay, GA. No. We can't find an entry in GA. We cannot find an entry here. But we can look at what the structure's done. And we can see where it potentially is going to go. So traders, we were looking for this area where we've got sellers. Why? Because the structure was telling us that we had sellers. We had the low, we had the low, we had a high. We had a sort of an area of where price was rejecting from. We broke below this low, and then we had another area of where price was rejecting from, expecting and anticipating something like this, which means stop losses are placed where? Above the high. We took out the high, we came down, came up, came down, broke this low, right? That's the signal, isn't it, there? Sorry, broke this low. Did we break this one? Yeah. So again, it started to look very, very bearish again, traders. Why? Because we've got a break below this low, break below this low. If we're looking at this, possibly. Yeah, so if we're looking at this, traders, it's fairly bearish. Fairly bearish. Break, break. Smaller break, but we break. I think I've frozen. Am I frozen? No, I'm back. Okay, cool. Sorry, GA, we're on GA. Yeah, and then we started pushing towards the upside again. So likelihood, traders, is that we're going to come up and breach this high here. And then Euro New Zealand. What are we looking for EN? I think this trade's done. Yeah, so we're looking for these sellers down in this region. Where was LQ? LQ slash stop loss above this region. We've taken it out. So the trade for me today is EJ, guys. EJ. I've just showed you the entry on this. The trade is EJ. Watch out at 80,185,522. Watch out, traders. But this is me. This is me. Yeah? And it's clear to us, right? Look, we look like we're going to go short, which is beautiful because that means LQ is towards the upside. Traders, I am going to call it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. AB and Daniel message me on Instagram. Traders, we'll see you next week. Can you tell me Euro caps, bro? Caps. Capital letters. Yeah, we spoke about Euro, man. We spoke about Euro. Euro, we've created a double bottom. All right, let me quickly go for it. Right. Euro, double bottom here. This is not good for us because this tells us that if we get sort of buying in this region, we're going to come down and take LQ here, which makes a lot of sense. But then also on the 50-minute chart, we are getting triple top in this region. So then that tells me, okay, we're going to go short. Now there's two regions where LQ can be above this high and above this high. There is no real clear signal or indication that we're going to take out this LQ first or this LQ, but we know 100% it's either going to come up here or come down here. I just can't tell which one it's going to come to first because it seems to be building in both directions. Yeah. So for me, this is a flat day on your USD, but it's not on EJ. It is not on EJ. Let's see what happens. Anyway, traders, I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Appreciate you. And have a good weekend.